Hey, what's going on? So I had a. It's just so funny how the day will just change on you, man. I went to church, cleaned up, got everything situated for service, and it seemed like as soon as I got out of the church and got to my house, boom, it hit me. Wasn't feeling good. Um, Laid down, went to sleep for a little bit, and woke up, and I'm like, wow, that quick. So I took some. I took two things. I actually took my vitamins from the online wellness shopping club, and also something called Activate AC, I believe it's called. Again, it's from our online wellness shopping club. Shameless plug there, but the shopping club is dope. To be honest with you, it's gonna knock this thing out probably by tonight, and it's 100% all natural. So I decided to get on. I said real quick, what can I get on and discuss? And one of the things I wanted to talk about, just gonna close out the camera here, is come on. I made a comment, or actually, she might make a comment, but I was talking to a couple of people, and I guess they found it a little, weird or funny about me being excited about having all zeros as a credit score right now. And I was trying to explain to them, and I simply stated like this: I said, listen, rebuilding your credit is easy when you know how to, right? If you know what factors come in the FICO score, then you just do those things, and I mean, voila, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me jump on here, and as part of the people first, profit last movement, one of the things I will discuss is how your FICO score is actually broken down, and how you can hit those things again. Pay attention to those things to boost your score. Rebuilding your credit is pretty easy. So your whole score, as you see here, is broken down to five factors, and I'm gonna briefly go through all five of them real quickly. We got payment history, credit utilization, which is the amount of debt you have, credit history, which is pertaining to the length. Okay, so payment history, excuse me, that's of course on time or late. Credit utilization is the amount. Talking about the amount your balances total. Credit history is the length of different trade lines that you have. Then you got new credit, which of course is new things that you just applied for and I got approved for. And then credit mix. Credit mix is the mix between revolving trade lines and installment trade lines. So check this out. Look at the first line here. Repairing your credit is easy because there's a basic formula that scores are calculated by. Each credit report agency has several differences, but they all are based on five factors. As I just broke down: payment history, credit utilization, credit history, and length of credit, new credit, credit mix. So I just want to go through this, and this I'm pulling from one of the smart credit system, where I learned all the stuff. I learned all the stuff. I learned how to dispute right, what information I need to be addressing the credit bureaus with, and that's how I was able to wipe my credit score clean and remove my student loans and do what I'm doing here. So it's the system is outstanding. To be honest with you guys. Payment history. So payment history is a solution for letters that. So this is more so when I start talking about, I may go into how I disputed everything. Just partially. I don't want to give up, obviously a lot of information, but I will go into it just to give you guys some content there. But payment history, this slide right here is more particularly into the different letters that you use when you want to dispute. All right, so let's go through here. Let's keep going. Just seen something. I was just saying, remember, 79% of people who disputed errors were successful in removing them. This process is where credit repair companies will stay and they will go round and round in circles in this process, charging you every month for sending off letters. So, Lexington Law, big credit repair company. They got commercials, they social media. A lot of people that I know have used them. And I always pose this question: if you own a credit repair company and you knew the letters, the information that you needed to send to remove it from your clients or your customers report, just a business now, we're not talking about personal, got to separate the personal from business. Business wise, would you send out them letters and get those things removed in 1 month, 2 months, or would you maybe go 6 to 8 to maybe a year? Right. That's what they do. They'll, I mean, it's business. They'll drag it out as long as you gonna continue to pay, and then obviously, they'll have some, um, they'll have some success in moving some of the things, but that's their business. So that's why I say learning this stuff, you can't go wrong if you learn it. You can teach it like I'm doing or I'm gonna do, and then you can help other people do it. And if you want to charge obviously a lesser amount, or if you want to do it, for the freebie, that's up to you. But um, this is all helpful information. You need this. This is stuff that they're not teaching in schools, and this is stuff that you gotta pass down to your kids. Copy that. All right, so let me keep going. Credit utilization. All right, so credit utilization is accounts towards 30% towards your credit score. This means that credit utilization is almost as important as payment history. So payment history and credit utilization have the highest um, counts highest towards your credit score. Payment history is 35, credit utilization is 30. So with off the rip, if I'm saying to you that payment history and credit utilization is those two things have the highest count on your credit score towards your credit score, what do you think I'm going to pay attention to mostly to build that credit score up? It's Captain Obvious for you guys. I mean, there's more. I'm making it sound a little more simple than what it is, but if you just know those two things, right? Because FICO, they didn't break it down like that a couple of years ago. They just started doing it where they had it broken down to 5 portions, and they started rating your credit score off that stuff. So payment history, creditization is the number one, and number two things that count highest towards your credit score, and those are obviously some of the things that I'm going to focus on. All right, I want to keep going through. Credit history, we talked about that. Boom. Okay, this is what I call the silver spoon effect. The silver spoon effect is the fact that um, having somebody added as an author, or have, let's say you have a family member who has great credit. They're responsible. They're on top of their stuff, and you have a good rapport with them or whatnot, and you're rebuilding your credit. If you can go to them and ask them, hey, listen, I need your help. Okay, it's not it's not going to cost you anything. Best thing about that is the caveat with that. It's not going to cost you anything to help me out with this. But I just want you to add me as authorized user to one or two, depending on how comfortable you feel, of those good credit trade lines you have. As an authorized user, I would definitely not suggest that the main card holder gives the authorized user a card. That's not the purpose of this. It's not for them to use it. It's just for the history of that trade line to be added to their credit score. So every month when you get a new score, that boom helps you shoot up and boost. So you see why credit history and it's being history, because you guys may have thought, all right, when he's talking credit history, I gotta have a 12 months of you personally. No, you can be added to a authorized as an authorized user to a trade line that maybe has 10 or 12 years possibly of positive credit rating, and now you get added, and guess what? That hits your credit history. All right, so I don't want to make this video too long. The other three, new credit. This is adding new credit. Secure cards are definitely the number one way that I'm going to go. That authorized user method is another way I'm going to go, and I'm going to look into and probably do a review on some credit builder loans, just to see what that's about because I'm not really too familiar. But department store cards, I'm staying away from. I suggest you stay away from two. Secure credit cards, perfect. Cosigner, not really too intrigued with that. And like I said, I'm gonna get back to you with the credit builder loan. Credit mixture, as I said earlier, is it's the lowest amount. I think that's 10%. And this is just the type of credit you have. Um, revolving debt is like credit card debt. Excuse me, credit cards, and installment debt is like a car loan or a mortgage, or they have here a credit builder loan. So this has the smallest impact on your credit. So it doesn't mean that you gotta focus on just revolving credit or focus on just installment. You can do a mixture, which would be perfect. And also, new credit is 10% of your council was 10% of your credit score. Also, so you don't have to focus. You can focus minimally on those factors. But as I said, so here's the breakdown: 35%, 30, 15, 10, and 10. payment history, credit utilization, credit history, new credit, credit mix. You guys have any questions? Of course, shout me out. Thank you for checking out my video. If you found some of this information helpful, please share it. However way you see fit. I'm gonna put this on my YouTube, my Facebook, and again, this is all part of the process. Check out People First, Profit Last on Instagram and Instagram and YouTube. And once again, thank you guys very much. Have a good night. Oh, excuse me, have a good day. I'm feeling kind of sleepy right now, so it might be a good night for me. But you guys have a good one. Take care.